Hello beautiful people, Joe here again. So today I'm going to make a very simple and obviously yummy stir fry using this turkey and some beautiful veggies and all that I have here. So at the moment I've really sliced my turkey as you will see on the screen, and I have my chicken broth. I just made it. In fact, when you go to the shops or when you go to your butchers, just ask them for the chicken legs, and that's what I use for my broth. Very, very quick. You put them on the heat for about 15 minutes. Add some peppercorns and onion. You're gone. You can even add a carrot to it, and you're gone. So this is it. I've made my beautiful broth here, which I'm happy about, because one thing is when working with noodles, and if you want to make the sauces, they usually contain lots of soy sauce. So I want to cut down on the soy sauce and use a chicken broth instead. So my soy sauce wouldn't be too much. So what I have here is my normal soy sauce, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of it. So normally I would have added more because it would require more. And this is going to marinate it for about 15 minutes. You put it aside whilst you prep or you cook your noodles. So I have my smoked paprika, my black pepper in there, and my salt. Okay, so it goes in here, and then my soy sauce and chicken broth will just go on top of it. You can squish it with your fingers or just soak it into it. This is going to stay for 15 minutes. If you're really in a hurry, I would say make this, put it aside before you start prepping your veggies, your noodles. Not forgetting my oyster sauce, which will go in at just 1 tablespoonful. It's a thick sauce, so bear with it. Be patient. Be patient with it. If you have teriyaki sauce too, you can add it as well. It really makes nice noodle dishes. Okay, especially when you're adding chicken or poultry or anything like that. So my cling film goes on top of it, and I put it aside. So I've got my noodles here, and this is folded rice noodles. It's perfect for a pad thai or stir fry. And the instructions says to cook on a hob, you need to soak it into a hot boiled water for 8 to 10 minutes. So normally I would go about 2 minutes lower. So we're going to start with our veggies and a little bit of, actually this is not a little bit, so I'll take some off, yes, of coconut oil, and this will help tenderize it a bit, especially our broccoli. As you can see, the noodles water is boiling, so I turn it off and then drop the noodles into it, and I will let it stay in for about 5 minutes max and take them out. So next is our turkey, which has been strained. So this is very intentional. The heat is off because I didn't want any splash of oil But normally I would heat the pan before. It's hot because the I have to take out the veggies. See? So the pan is hot. Since we would want our final dish to be, I mean, soggy and not too dry. So I'll leave it like this and just add a little bit of olive oil in here so I can add my white onions. At this minute, just leave it on to become tender as well. And also, some of the liquid will evaporate. So we just leave it on. The heat is up. I'm adding the remaining of the soy sauce and broth that we used in marinating the turkey because it's got all the flavor in there. I know this is very liquidy, but then I need to add it at this point because remember when you marinate it, you get a little bit of the blood in the sauce, so it needs to cook well. Then I add my salt and my pepper, and this is the Scotch bonnet, which is very hot. So I'm going to get this juicy, tender turkey with some noodles. And on top of it, it's not going to be dry. It's going to be soggy and yummy. Try this at home and let us know what you think. My kids love noodles. When you say they're going to eat noodles, they're just so happy. So I love making it for them. And I always find ways to make it so it wouldn't be boring, if you get what I mean. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to our channel. Oh, I can smell the pepper coming through. Wow. And like our videos and also share them and try them out and let us know in the comments if what we are doing is good or what you want us. If you have any simple dish that a mom can cook for the family, just give it to us in our comments box. Write it in the comments below and we will try our hands on it. So I'm going to taste this. It's good. The saltiness, the pepper, and everything is just coming together. So at this juncture, my noodles will come in because I need the noodles to soak this liquid. Otherwise, it's going to be feel dry. So the noodles will come in. And I wanted you to have a look. So this is a pad thai noodle, and this is the rice noodle, which is my first time of cooking the rice noodles itself. Pad thai noodles are normal rice noodles as well. It's like this. It says pad thai. It's a bit softer than the rice noodles. That's one thing I've realized. So next time I'm going to go in for the rice noodles because I can see that they are a bit more tough, unless of course I'm making pad thai. So this is not even all of the noodles I've added here. My peppers go in here. I didn't tenderize them when I was doing the veggies. So this will need a fork, and you see how soggy it is. This is what I want in my noodles. I don't want dry noodles at all. I have more of the noodles here which I can add. And remember, I have my broth. That is why it's good to have your own broth, your homemade broth, which helps a great deal. So the heat is going to go off because at a point I'm going to cover it to allow the broccoli to tenderize a bit. I just love this. It's beautiful. So let me, yes, have the two. Oops, gotta be patient. So I'm going to add a little bit of broth so it doesn't burn. And this will serve as a very nice dinner or lunch. And you know what? Some people will even have it for breakfast. Everyone is different. I hope you love this dish and also you try it out. So you see my chicken broth here. This is what I talked about. So just a little bit because it's been seasoned already. So this is how it's gonna be. Then I'll put the lid on for a little, about 2 to 3 minutes. Even that will be too much, but then I will need the broccolis to really tenderize a bit, not to be too soggy, but then. So the heat is down to low. Cover it and come back to it in 2 minutes. So it is ready and we are going to dish it out. Guys, you need to try this because it's so yummy. So we're going to, ooh, see the sogginess of the noodle. Ooh. Wouldn't you want to try it? Mmm.